President Trump is looking to make housing more affordable, moving to ban big investors from buying single-family homes. For the details, let's turn things over to correspondent Andrew Croft, live in our New York studios. Andrew?
Yeah, Kelly, good to be with you here. So President Trump is vowing to crack down on some of these large hedge funds and venture capital firms buying up large tracts of single-family homes. Now, it's all part of the president's push to make buying a home more affordable for the average American. So Trump wrote this on Truth Social yesterday, saying, quote, "I am immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes, and I will be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations." Now, nationally, the figures of institutional home buying are small and may not account for why the country is facing such a dire housing shortage. The American Enterprise Institute writing in an analysis just recently here saying institutional investors, defined as investors owning over 100 properties, account for less than 1% of the U.S. total single-family housing stock. On the state level, institutional investors hold less than 0.5% of the single-family housing stock in 36 of the 50 states. But in several specific cities and smaller housing markets, it's much more. Upwards of 20% of all home sales in cities like Phoenix and Houston during the pandemic boom, sales come in largely all cash offers with quick closings, squeezing out some of these first-time home buyers. Now, according to the National Association of Realtors, now the median age for a first-time home buyer is 40 years old, an all-time high.
This past week, I was buying a waterfront home, and I was competing with an institutional investor. So this takes a little pressure off when you're buying, but it's definitely something that everybody can get behind, Democrats and Republicans, because people have been talking about this for a long time. Nobody wants their cul-de-sac to be full of LLCs. These institutions have been treating them like ATMs, and Donald Trump is basically unplugging them.
The push to rein in this aggressive market share capture is taking off as well in state legislatures nationwide. 22 states introducing legislation aimed at curbing this practice. Even some Democrats are on board, but they disagree with Trump's approach on all of this. We heard from Senator Elizabeth Warren, the Democrat of Massachusetts, saying this is Congress's role. Warren saying, quote, "Donald Trump has not yet lifted a finger to bring down housing costs for Americans. I've been advocating for years to limit Wall Street from buying up America's homes. Enough talk," she says. Trump should start with getting his own party in the House to support a bipartisan bill to bring down housing costs that passed the Senate unanimously. And Congress should work on legislation to stop corporate investors from buying up homes. So, Kelly, the president said he intends to detail more of this policy when he speaks at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland later this month. Back to you.
Andrew Croft, thank you so much.